Dancing the cha-cha.
Ooh, so many colors already. Very good. He's so excited. Hi guys, it's Alexi. Welcome back to Dance Curious. Let's get into the performances. So Lamar is going to be dancing a Viennese Waltz, which I feel like is going to be sort of an interesting challenge because it is very fast, very elegant, very romantic. Almost like, I'm not going to say passionate exactly, but it's deeply emotional, I guess. And so far, apart from like the dancing, he's been a little bit less so last week, but he has been on average very kind of shuttered. He's not letting stuff out. And I suspect that's a general personality trait, but that may be a bit of a challenge for him this week. Let's see. Even though I'm really glad last week that he was like having fun with it and engaged, whereas the previous 2 weeks I felt like it was kind of very much internal. And also, to be fair, like I think he's laboring to remember while he's dancing on the floor. So I can see why he would be kind of lost in thought. But even when you like talk to him, he's very like kind of shuttered. So I'd love to see if he can like let it out a little bit. It's nice to see Lamar with his kids because he does light up when they're there. Okay, here we go into the actual performance. Viennese Waltz from Lamar. Let's see it. His walking is smoother. It's more connected to the floor. I love this classic Viennese Waltz song. See, it's a little romantic. That is much smoother. Good. Arm lines are breaking down a little bit, but on the whole, much smoother. Nice. You led that well. And this is fast too, guys. Good. Yeah, so I'm really pleased to see like a little bit of that showmanship coming through. And again, it was much smoother. I can see them kind of recycling moves they've used in previous routines, which is actually very smart considering that he has difficulty with the short-term memory. Gives him familiar ground to continue to improve upon. What was I going to say? But again, much smoother, and it was fast, looked pretty accurate, and there was some sense of, it was romantic. So there were some moments where he kind of collapsed a bit, some moments where, like Sean, right? He's not really connecting his movements to his core, which it just makes things look not necessarily bad, but just kind of like a little broken, right? Because it's just something happening without anything connecting it. But on the whole, that was, I think I see definite improvement there. And again, this is, I was particularly pleased to see a little more smoothness with his movement overall, as well as the ability to channel that slightly more like intimate thing. And I think he had a good time. His smile when he was done was kind of like, yeah, like I pulled that off. And there's a pride. It was proud, and he should be proud. That was an improvement for sure. And plus, he's just working really hard, and he's not a dancer. So, okay. That was a little rough. Everyone was crying, so now I'm crying. Anyway. Woo! I can't handle this. Enough feels. Scores. 5 from Karim on. Yeah, he's been getting mostly 4s, so. Okay, 7 is. Four. Hey, he got a bit higher. Time for a cha-cha from Sailor. I have high hopes. Let's see.
Dancing the cha-cha.
Ooh, so many colors already.
It's Sailor Brinkley-Cook.
They're trippy. Okay. Feet are a little... Nice. Great lines. Not a ton of hip action happening, but there is some. She's losing her turnout, which is killing her hip action a bit. Yeah, she does seem a little more confident this week, which is great. Yeah. She's got the right like feel and energy for cha-cha, and some of her poses are really great. She's not quite connected to the floor fully. That's nice. I like it. She's rhythmical, which is good. Little some broken lines on that rollout. Nice! She did a good job. That was really fun. There were some things that like broke down a little bit. Some of the lines broke down a bit. Okay, what I saw at a certain part of it was kind of like her feet were preceding her center a bit. And so it gave it this kind of slightly odd energy where you want to kind of get onto the foot pretty quickly, actually. But overall, very nicely done. Yeah, definitely just some things that could be polished, right, with the lines, with the feet, with sort of how it moves. There was decent hip action. I'd like to see a little more turnout. But overall, very fun performance. Kudos to her. She's learning a lot at a fast pace. And I liked how she was a little bit... she does seem like she's getting more confident because she does seem nervous on stage, which I fully understand. Very reasonable thing to be. But she's quite talented. She has a huge amount of potential. It's good to see her kind of like owning that a little bit. Yeah. Scores for Sailor. 7 from Carrie Ann. 8 from Leah. 7 I would seems good to me personally. 8. Good, solid scores. All right, Lauren Alaina with a country foxtrot. And Gleb.
Dancing the Foxtrot with her partner Gleb, it's Lauren Alaina.
Oh. Just in the emotion of it. Beautiful. Good. Frame is nice. She looks like she might be a little heavy on him. I'd like to see her elbow go up more. Lovely lines. Good. Posture is a little better. I want to see her more lifted still. Ooh. That's cool. That's beautiful. She's more flowing this week, I feel, which is great. It's sort of an interesting choice for a foxtrot, energetically, but I mean, I don't mind it. Yeah, I feel like once again she really sold that as a performance. I kind of have most of the same like comments that I would have had before, in terms of like on the critique side, just in the sense of again, I just want to see her really open up, because it's such a subtle thing to change, but it would take her poses from looking really good to looking just beautiful. So it's a subtle thing, but I want to see like that come out. It could be partially a confidence thing too, because it's when we're a little nervous, even just a little bit, we hunch in. Looked a little heavy in the frame at points. She kind of lost that very lifted feeling, right? Even though our arm as followers is on top of the leader's arm, we're entirely responsible for our own weight with it. And it always goes like the elbow's going to go higher than you think it needs to, like always. All of that having been said, actually I thought it was a really good performance. I thought she sold it beautifully. It did seem more smooth and more flowing. And so I definitely see improvement for her from week to week. I actually really enjoyed that. Little small tweaks aside, good for her. Also, it was very musical in a really nice way. All right, to the scores. Let's see. 8 from Carrie Ann. She's so excited. 8. It's an 8. And an 8. Awesome. Go, Lauren. She's thrilled to death too. That's great. Okay, here we go with Karamo. We're going to Tango.
Jenna,
Ooh,
it's Karamo.
quite the starting pose. I like that. Ooh, heck of an entrance. Great choreography there. His intensity is great. Good pose. I'd like him to straighten out his neck a bit. It's great he's connecting with her, but it's coming a little too forward. Fierce. I love the attitude. Overall, more connection to the floor than previously. I'd like to see a little more. Beautiful. Yeah, very nice. I like it. Good, nice with the arms. Very good pose. Yeah. They have a good amount of like body connection, which is great. Good. Fantastic presence. Very good. He's so excited. That was really good. That was excellent. I wanted to see him stand just like a little straighter. I'd love to see a little bit more rolling through the foot. But overall, I thought that was excellent. You don't want to see the feet hitting dunk, dunk, dunk. You've heard me say this before. I'm sure I'll say it again. It's a thing that beginners tend to do a lot. Really, even though you're stepping on the heel, you don't really pick up the foot. And with the tango in particular, it's very prowling, right? It's the stalking cat. It's the slithering snake before the strike, right? So it's very like pent up energy, poof. But it's very smooth. Even though you have that striking sense, it should feel very, very, again, you prowl, and then there's the moment of attack. But with the feet, that's where the prowling comes in. So you wouldn't see a cat prowling like that, right? It's a tricky thing to fully get a handle on. I think overall, he was more connected to the floor this week than he has been, but he could still be more connected. All right, scores for Karamo. Here we go. 7. 7 from Leah. 7. Good, I was gonna say you deserve better than a 5 for that, for sure. 7's all around. Good. I feel that was a very fair score for him. Okay, so in the bottom 2, looks like we have Karamo and Lamar. Feeling we can probably know how that's gonna go down. Yeah, okay, so Lamar heading home. I mean, honestly, that makes sense, but I'm really glad that he got to have this experience, and I think he should keep taking dance lessons just like on the side without all this pressure, because it is so helpful for memory and for your brain. You know, respect to you, Lamar, and we'll be sorry not to see you next week, but kudos to you. Credit, lots of credit for something that was very difficult for you to do, and you prevailed, so yeah. All right, guys. That was the final video for this week's Dancing with the Stars. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell me what you thought of the episode, of the judges. Did you like having a guest judge to sort of kind of soften the blow a little bit for some of the contestants? Or did that feel like sort of superfluous to you? Let me know, I'm curious. What did you think about this week's elimination? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.